everyone. Welcome to another Monday Book Talk. I am AnnaLee Dragon, the director of the Kinderhook Memorial Library, and I'm taking us al fresco this week because while it is not the sunniest day on earth right now, you can see those tulips behind me and they're just so beautiful. Many thank yous to Harry Burkmeyer, our horticulturist, and all of our watering volunteers who keep this library as lovely on the outside as it is on the inside. And I thought this week, what better week than to talk spring? So I have a bunch of books about plants and some bees and some gardening stuff, and I thought I would try to do this outdoors. So we'll see how it goes noise-wise with the traffic, I'm not sure, but we're gonna give it our best. So I'm gonna put up a picture of a book like I usually do, and then I will talk about that book, and then we will move on to the next, and at the end, I will list all of the covers again, so that, pardon that car, so that if you missed a cover the first time around, you can see it. They're all in our collection. You're welcome to borrow them, come in and see us, make an appointment, do curbside service, any of these things. So let's get started. Okay, so the first book we're going to talk about, ooh, a little windy there, is called Cattail, Moonshine, and Milkweed Medicine, as you saw the cover. And it's the curious stories of 43 amazing North American native plants. The author is Tammy Hartung, and she also wrote a book called Homegrown Herbs. So this book is, first of all, just beautiful. Has great pictures and illustrations in it. And I thought it's really always interesting to study the area where we live, right? Like our own native plants and species. So this book is only a few years old, and it's in our collection, and I love it just because it's so pretty to look at. It says that the plants in your backyard have amazing stories to tell and fascinating uses that you've never known about. For millennia, we humans have relied on these plants to nourish and shelter, heal, and clothe us. Through captivating tales and images that illuminate our lost wisdom, Tammy Hartung reveals the untold histories of 43 Native American plants and celebrates their modern versatility. So I thought, what a cool way to look at the world like right around us locally and learn some more about the plants that are surrounding us all the time. So Cattail, Moonshine, and Milkweed Medicine. What a great title too. Okay, so now we have another book, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to pick next, so let's just find out. I thought we'd stay kind of in the same vein that we were before with The Big Bad Book of Botany, The World's Most Fascinating Flora by Michael Largo, who has written a few other books, including The Big Bad Book of Beasts, which now I want to read that one. So as you saw the cover there before, it is an entertaining and enlightening compendium of the world's most amazing and bizarre plants, revealing their secrets, history, and lore. So it has lots of did you know kind of factoids in it, that the avocado, though delicious to humans, is toxic to most animals. And that sunflowers grow according to a mathematical formula known as the golden ratio, and almost always produce exactly 55 or 144 seeds. All sorts of, this is my kind of favorite thing, because if you're ever into Jeopardy or quiz games like that, these are the weird kind of things that can actually end up being really useful to you at some point in life. And I think they're just interesting to read about. So this has lots of black and white illustrations of different plants, and just lots of interesting facts. And I don't think, the nice thing about this one is that you have to sit and read it from cover to cover. I think you can pick it up and learn a few things and then put it down and come back later. So I'm really excited about this one, and it's been in our collection for a few years, and I'm hoping some people will revisit it or check it out for the first time if they haven't seen it yet. All right, next title. As you saw there, this one, Floriography, is brand new. This came out last year, and it is an illustrated guide to the Victorian language of flowers, and it's written by Jessica Rue. I actually discovered this one. I bought it for my mother because she was a florist and loved flowers, and I thought this has some of the most beautiful Victorian-looking illustrations of flowers that I've seen. So this says on the back, just going to give this car a second. This says on the back, from hyssop to larkspur, lavender to thistle, discover the secret meanings behind an alluring array of flowers and herbs. So this has gorgeous illustrations, thoughtfully researched histories, bringing the Victorian language of flowers to life like never before. And I did look through this when I gave it to my mom, and the really cool thing about it is flowers have these meanings, like marigold, the meaning is grief. And then they give you the origin of how that came about, and then they tell you what to pair it with for various things. So you can pair marigold with willow to indicate sorrow at the loss of a loved one, or with rue to apologize for the pain you've caused. So like, these people used to commonly know these things, and it's something that's kind of lost to us in this day and age mostly, I think. So I love that idea of bringing it back. Okay, next book. As you saw there, the next one is called the Naturalist Notebook for tracking changes in the natural world around you. So I thought this gives us a little more active role in our outdoor world. And this is a notebook / journal. So it's not, I don't know, the most ordinary book to have in a library, but I thought it was great to have it in the library to introduce people to it. So it has all sections split into seasons. It shows you how to illustrate nature. It has places for you to take notes per the day and month and the year. And it has a journal at the back. So it's really cool looking. I mean, this is the cover, but then it has all of these really neat sections on how it teaches you how to be brief. There's a lesson that I could use. And it has lessons on how to draw and lessons on how to graph and use a table to track change. So if you're a more active observer of nature, this might be the perfect thing for you or a loved one, and a good reason to get outdoors in this season of social distancing. Okay, I have a couple more and then we're done for the week. As you saw there, this next title is called The Humane Gardener, Nurturing a Backyard Habitat for Wildlife by Nancy Lawson. And I thought this was really interesting because, you know, there is a movement to kind of do away with our manicured idea of lawns. It's not great for the environment in a number of ways, or the natural world around us. And so this, I think, is a book about more us blending in back into the natural world instead of imposing our source, like our sort of order on things, and letting nature be nature, including all of the great animals and the bees and other things that come with that. So this book describes itself as an eloquent plea for compassion and respect toward all species. And it's written by a columnist and gardener, Nancy Lawson, and she describes how and why you should welcome wildlife to your backyard. So through engaging anecdotes and practical advice, profiles of home gardeners across the country, and interviews with scientists and horticulturists, Lawson applies the lessons of ecology to our own outdoor spaces. And I am experiencing the natural world in all of its glory right now, if you can't tell from the wind. Little less maybe perfect looking hair than I normally have given the wind. Okay, we have one more book and then we're all done for the week. So I thought we'd end with a little talk about our buddies the bees with the Bee Book, Discover the Wonder of Bees and How to Protect Them for Generations to Come. And I really liked this idea because, as many of us know, bees have been struggling with the environmental changes and kind of the human presence in their world. And so this book is focusing on how bees are a vital part of the future of the planet, and they're under threat and in decline. And it offers remarkable insights into their world and shows how we can support and enjoy them in our daily lives. So it's got, again, beautiful pictures. It has sections on attracting bees, foraging for how to plant for bees, how to assemble frames for beekeeping, if that's something that you're interested in, and how to inspect a hive and manage pests and disease. So I really think it's an interesting idea. Lots of people in our area do have beehives that they collect their own honey from, and honey has myriad uses. So if you are interested in anything bees, I highly recommend the Bee Book. It's part of a DK Learning series, and I don't know that it has several authors. Fergus Chadwick, Steve Alton, Emma Sarah Tennant, Bill Fitzmaurice, and Judy Earle are listed as the authors. So if you're interested, check that one out. Okay, I think I'm going to end before I get blown away here, but if you need anything or you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or stop by. We will look forward to seeing you, and we will be back next week. So get out there and enjoy this spring weather once it stops being so windy. I'll see you all next week. Bye, everyone.